Hi, my name is Devin, and I own Sweet Notes Bakery in Williamsport, Maryland. 2 months ago, I went to a town hall meeting, and the mayor was talking about how proud he was of the small businesses that are popping up on Main Street as it's going through a revitalization. He knows that my specialty is cheesecake. I make 55 flavors now. And he thought it would be really cool if, like, when you came to Williamsport, you had to stop and get a slice of the Williamsport cheesecake. He wanted an official town cheesecake. This is something that I love and I do not take lightly. So even though I didn't grow up in Williamsport, I have so much pride for Williamsport as that's where I've chosen my business to be. And the community is so wonderful. So I didn't take that task lightly. So before I tell you the cheesecake flavor that I created and what I've decided to name it, I thought we could do a short little history lesson so you can learn a little bit about the historic town of Williamsport, Maryland. So Williamsport was founded by this gentleman. Isn't he striking? This is Brigadier General Otho Holland Williams. He founded Williamsport in 1787, and he founded it with a group of German grain farmers. He is a Revolutionary War hero and a compatriot of George Washington, and our town sits right on what is now called the C&O Canal, and that was a big water passage used for trade and travel. Until about the same time that we were getting really big into the railroads and having big sections of railroads running from Ohio. That happened to be faster, but the canal is still there today and it is still very active. In fact, we just celebrated it and the town of Williamsport celebrates it every single year. Now, the Main Street buildings, most of those are about 110 years old. There was a bakery on Main Street. There was a tailor. There was a general store. Of course, when I say Main Street, this was the street in the town. So here's a little look at what it looks like more today. The canal is still used. It's probably most well known for the fact that it has a major bicycle trail and you can walk the towpath. Lots of people come through the bakery who are riding their bikes, serious riders their goal is to ride 50 plus miles a day. You can start in DC, Pittsburgh, and often they'll ride through to Harper's Ferry and vice versa. This is something that people do quite often. Some people do it every year. Some people will do it once. And I have a gentleman who came in last year who says he does it every 10 years and he had just turned 70. So hopefully in 9 years, I get to see him again. But when coming up with this cheesecake, I wanted it to represent the historical part of the town, but I wanted the influence and ideas of the people who currently live in the town. And I wanted it to just represent everything as well as possible. I learned a lot about this town through the little pieces that other people shared as to reasons why it should be a certain flavor. Main Street Williamsport put a post out on their Facebook page and I learned a ton. I took lots of notes and I tried to include everything that I could. Now, there was a bakery on Main Street and they were famous for sour cherry pies. That was something that you did if you were in town, you had to stop for a piece of sour cherry pie. Now, remember, I told you that it was founded by German grain farmers, so it's not a surprise that German and European flavors like German chocolate and Black Forest were really prevalent and highly favored as well. So now I'm going to show you what I came up with for the cheesecake, and then I will reveal the name as well. So lots of people wanted to see like a pretzel crust. Of course, lots of people mentioned cherry, and I definitely wanted to honor the sour cherry pies that were sold on the street. So here's what I have come up with. A pretzel and chocolate graham cracker crust with a creamy New York style cheesecake. Inside of the cheesecake are dark cherries and bittersweet cacao nibs. On top, a thin layer of chocolate ganache, and then on top of that, a sour cherry pie filling made with liquor from a local brewery. They do a sour cherry bounce is the name of the liquor. So that's in the pie filling. And then just a sprinkle of those cacao nibs over top to balance it all out. So that is the cheesecake I have come up with. So when I am working on designing a new cheesecake flavor, I think about everything, texture and hitting all of the notes. You want a little bit of crunch. We're going to get sour. We're going to get sweet. We're going to get salty. It's going to be creamy. You're going to have some chocolate. You want all of those things to pop. This cheesecake needs to be worthy of this historic, wonderful town. So it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce you to the C&O Crown Jewel, the official cheesecake of Williamsport, Maryland. This has everything you need. It's a great representation of the town, of its history, of its people, of the fact that you take one bite of this, you are going to come back for more. And that is so much like the community in Williamsport. You get to hang out with them for just a little bit and you just never want to leave because we are a friendly, historic town. I can't wait to start selling this today, and hopefully the town loves it. See you in the next video.